and welcome to the KASA show. My name is Esther, and tonight we are privileged to host His Excellency the Ambassador Wilson Kogo, all the way from Canberra. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for being here, knowing that you were here 2 months ago, and now you're back here to what has been such a busy weekend, and today is a wrap-up of the weekend. If you can maybe just take us through what has been happening here in South Australia over the weekend, please.
Yeah, thank you very much, Madam Esther, and allow me to call you Your Excellency because you are the wife of the President of KASA in Adelaide. Mr. John, who happens to be a great friend. First of all, before I give you that which has been happening, I want to let you know that we as a mission on their behalf and on my own behalf, I want to appreciate what KASA has done. We are here because really of their cooperation and support, because of the activities that we thought are supposed to really go into the Kenyan diaspora in Adelaide. And so I want to appreciate the President of KASA, I want to appreciate the leadership. I also want to appreciate the Kenyans, whom I would say up to this point, they have really been very, very cooperative, and they have given us a lot of support. That at this point, I have every reason to really appreciate them, and thank God too for the grace that up to this point, we've done very well. We can see so many things that we had desired to do having been done. And so I'm happy. I'm very happy with the Adelaide people. I'm very happy with the leadership. Esther, I think right away we've had a really a plan on service delivery to our people. And as a mission, we are there for the people. We are there for the Kenyans here. We look after the interests of the Kenyans and the interest of Kenya as a country. And I want to say that when we planned with the leadership, we were able to agree on this particular weekend. And I would say on Friday we arrived here. And majorly Kenyans have been having problems on consular services. That is, passports have not been provided to some of the people, expired passports, lost passports, and then authentication of licenses. Apart from that, people are looking for birth certificates for their children, the young ones. And so consular services in general was really a very big issue. But we started very well on Friday, the whole of Saturday. In fact, I want to appreciate my team because on Friday they did that work up to 5 a.m. in the morning. I just want to appreciate them for their dedication and really determination to serve the Kenyans. And so as we are talking now, I would say we've done about 150 the services provided to our Kenyans in terms of consular. But that is not all we came here for. Kenyans have their unique issues. We have different kinds of Kenyans here. We have the professionals, we have the students, we have businessmen, entrepreneurs and investors. We have also, Kenyans are very religious, so they have also activities that are targeted on religion. And we've come here to really identify with them in their uniqueness. And I want to say, on Friday, apart from consular services, we've had the student summit where we met the students. And what has been really here at stake is really the new requirements. This wonderful country that is hosting us came up with new requirements that touch on visas, that touch on how everybody else, once you clear with your education, what happens. And I would say some of those issues really have been a challenge. And so we had to really come in and probably give the correct information as far as the new regulations are. And other than that, probably to guide the students on how to maneuver without necessarily breaking the law. Do what is right and do it well, and you'll not be disadvantaged in any way. But other than that, it is not easy for students really. Australia is not very easy for students. I think they have had difficulties raising fees and so on and so forth. So we had also to try and probably inspire them to look at life from, from optimism, positivism, having that mindset that probably can add value to them. So we had a wonderful activity with the students, and I must say our students are good. I just want to tell the world that they are really trying, and we could see a lot of resilience in them. Other than that, again, on Saturday morning, we had to meet with the business community. In conjunction with the Chamber of Commerce, South Australia. And I must say that the Kenyans here are very promising in terms of entrepreneurship and the business. So we discussed a lot that are meant to really add value to their desires and aspirations as far as business is concerned. And we are saying that, the future is so bright for our Kenyans. And so they just need to think outside the box, and with the support of their government, take advantage of the opportunities that are here in Australia, the opportunities that are also there in Kenya. I shed a lot of light on what is happening elsewhere and how we can come in to support them and facilitate them to realize their dreams. And for sure, in my opinion, our focus is on the economic pillar, especially that is trade between this country and the other country. I think the game changer is the day we will have the Chamber of Commerce taking its position, the Chamber of Commerce becoming the support tool for the businessmen and investors. And I'm very sure it's just a matter of time before we see many Kenyans putting their footprints here for the sake of that space of trade. And I'm very optimistic that with what we have now begun doing, the future is very bright. On the other hand, we also had, we looked at also opportunities that are available in the universities that are here in Adelaide. I was able to engage with various institutions, Torrens, for example, Torrens University, where we discussed about how the support they are giving our students and probably what else we can do together. And I'm happy to report that Torrens University is already promising to give us some 2-3 scholarships. Torrens University is already asking us to engage more so that we can see how to partnership more for the sake of the interest of our country in terms of skills transfer. We also had the Ironwood Institute. This is an institute which deals with the training of experts in agriculture. It is trying to skill students in areas that will add value in agriculture, agribusiness, and so on and so forth. And I want to also report here that I would say we were very lucky as a mission, as a country, because they have also promised to give us 10 scholarships. So with 10 scholarships, that means a lot.
It is.
And why we feel this area is very critical is because agriculture for us as a country is really the cornerstone, or rather the main pillar of our economy. 33%, for your information, Esther, 33% of our GDP comes from agriculture. Agriculture also contributed 40% of employment. Agriculture, we want to grow it by 10% because it means a lot to us. And the kind of transformation that is going on there with this kind of scholarships that we are getting, what is likely to happen is we will have experts that can now go back home and add a lot of value. So I'm very happy as the ambassador that we seem to be moving in that direction. We also got an opportunity to engage with the Australian South Australia University, something like that. South Australia University, where they have managed to engage with Ironwood Institute, that you go there for your diploma courses, then after some 2 years, you can now transit to South Australian University, and the other universities as well. So there's a lot of engagement towards that end, which I think, in my opinion, we are doing very well. So how I wish we can just upscale what this kind of discussion so that we get more opportunities for our students and more opportunities for skill transfer as far as education issues is concerned. The other issues also of concern is which we are able to deal with is where the communities are engaged in activities that are meant to give a lot of support to the community for the sake of, mental illness is a big issue. And some of these issues are being handled by the community, led by the leadership of John and KASA through spiritual matters. And I'm happy to note that we had a very big function. We were calling it the Abudu Week. And they were really serious prayers. People are praying for the children, they are praying for our country, and they are using it to encourage people, to inspire people, to motivate people that God is with them, and therefore they should never lose hope. I thought it is really a very good strategy. And even on Sunday, we have also had a wonderful meeting in one of the churches. And I would say Pastor Zipporah, the leadership of the various churches here, you are doing a great job. And I just want to appreciate them in a very special way, because it means a lot to the young people, it means a lot to the community. A prayerful community is likely to really see positive things happening. And on the other hand also, we also had another function by the Kenyan diaspora here, which targeted on exploring on talents. What talents does our Kenyan diaspora around here know? And I realized that it was actually a cultural event where Kenyans were being reminded of the importance of preserving their culture. The culture in terms of language, the culture in terms of where you come from, the culture in terms of the dressing, the culture in terms of, who you are. And so Kenyans were being reminded that you guys, you have to realize that you belong. You belong in terms of the name. If you are by the name Wamboi, Atieno, Olentutu, it means something. Okur, that is the Turkana, Chepngetich, those are the Kalenjins. Wamboi, that kind of thing, that you have an identity in terms of name, in terms of your language. Your culture is very critical, so you have to preserve your culture. And I thought that was a great event. So I just want to appreciate the leadership of KASA, the leadership of the entire team here for what they are doing for the sake of the community. So I would say in a nutshell, our tour to Adelaide has been very, very successful. Our tour to Adelaide, I think we achieved what we intended to see here in Adelaide. And I would also say very warm people. Very warm. Really the Kenyans here, I would say, I wish the many Kenyans outside there who have not really experienced what is here can get an opportunity one day, and we see how warm people are, people who are resilient, people who are hardworking. And this is really the picture of what I would wish to see, probably even back home, where people work very hard, where people really have direction and they know what they are doing, they look so focused, and every community are trying to support themselves, so that for the sake of those who may be a bit having challenges, you have a system that supports them in one way or the other. And so Esther, I would say our journey really of to this wonderful city and meeting Kenyans has been very, very successful. And how I wish that we can continue that kind of spirit going forward.
That is amazing. Thank you for taking us, through the weekend, and it is amazing. And one of the things I've gathered from you is that Kenyans here have a lot of positivity, there is hope, there is a lot that we can dig in. You've spoken of we get out of the box. So I think Kenyans here are very willing We just need to get out of the box.
That's it.
Resources are here, and the most important thing, our Kenyan, our country Kenya, we have received support, and you just being here is such an encouragement that we have support all the way from back home.
Correct.
So thank you so much for the support you have offered. And I would say, like I said in the beginning, seeing you the second time in a span of 2 months means a lot to Kenyans in South Australia. And you have always been saying you are available, you are here, we can call you, we can depend on you. Thank you so very much. So I just want you to give, Kenyans in South Australia your message. What is that message that you would send to everyone? Now, those ones who are students, those in business, those who are working, those who are seeking other things, those in families, just like you have discussed, what is your message to us as South Australians? And I just hope South Australian, we will receive the message from His Excellency encouraging us and knowing that we have a backup from our country. Him being here, it's such an amazing thing. So yeah.
Your Excellency, Madam Esther,
yeah.
and my colleague Kenyans, the Kenyan philosophy is very strong.
Yeah.
Really, if you look at what Kenyans are made of, these are people who are so hardworking. They believe in themselves. They want to make things happen. And I would say, Kenyans are a special breed of people.
Yeah.
Wherever they are, I see the same spirit here in Adelaide, and I wish they can just come out very strongly to really walk the talk as far as the Kenyan spirit is concerned.
Yeah.
The spirit of never giving up.
Yes.
You don't surrender. You keep on moving until you achieve. That is what I'm seeing with this team of South Australia.
Yeah.
I would say, Esther, in the world we have 3 kinds of people.
Yeah.
There are those who want things to happen.
Yeah.
They want things to happen. They would just want to, they wait for somebody else to do it. They want things to happen.
Yeah.
But there's also a group of people who only wish. And they normally say wishes were horses, you know what that can happen. So there are those who really wish.
Yeah.
But there's this other special breed that want to make things happen. I want to say to the South Australian diaspora, can we be part of the change makers?
Wow.
Can we be part of those people who really want to make a difference for the better, add value to their lives, add value to the other people, add value to their country? That is very critical in itself.
Yeah.
Point number 2, how I wish that we don't forget the fact that we are a people.
Yeah.
Kenya is a beautiful country. It's a country of diversity in terms of the various ethnic groups that are there.
Yes.
That is wonderful.
Yes.
The kind of languages that we have, it is wonderful.
Yeah.
The diversity that we have all the way from Mombasa, all the way to Kisumu, go to Marsabit, come down to Narok and so on. Diversity even in terms of environment and the animals that we have.
Yes.
That is the beauty of Kenya.
Yes.
How I wish that we can also protect the image of Kenya.
Wow.
Promote Kenya, because that is our country. When you have a good image for Kenya, that will also be very good for us.
Yes.
And therefore, I just want to urge the wonderful people of Adelaide and the wonderful people of the Kenyan diaspora, wherever they are in this country, and even beyond, that it is very important that you should never be ashamed of who you are, and then move from there and say, I am a Kenyan, Kenya is my country, and you must be able to do everything possible to protect the image of your country. That is what makes the difference, and how I wish they can actually do that. And maybe lastly, how I wish they can actually appreciate that this country also has been so kind to us. Can we appreciate the fact that they have given us an opportunity? Let's just have some time to even thank them and say we appreciate the fact that they have even given us an opportunity to come here. They have given us an opportunity to take advantage of what is available for us, the many priorities, and they seem to also be, there is hope that they are even ready to even have some of us having permanent residence, and so they can continue to contribute to this economy and build themselves. I just want to ask them, The best way to appreciate that is just follow the law.
Yeah.
Work with them very closely.
Yeah.
If the law has been changed in a certain way,
Yes.
don't be in conflict with it, because this is really their country.
Yes.
And you never know. Anything can happen. We are not
That's
praying for
right.
anything to happen,
Yeah.
but we are simply saying the best way to really appreciate the opportunities that we have
Yes.
is to respect them.
Yeah.
Respect the law, respect what is happening here,
Yes.
and so on and so forth. Once you are not in conflict with the law, I'm very sure these people are more than willing
Yes.
to support you, and we'll see many Kenyans even having that PR,
Yeah.
which is the dream
Yeah.
of every Kenyan.
That's right.
Otherwise, may God be on your side. May God be with us
Amen.
moving forward.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you so very much.
Yeah.
And I believe South Australians, you've heard the message from His Excellency. We become the change makers, the pace setters in this country. Let us be a people. We are a people. We are Kenyans. Let's embrace the fact that we are Kenyans. And let's appreciate being here in Australia, that we follow the law because we are here. God has given us the opportunity to be here. Let us stand and embrace this place. So thank you so very much for just being here, and we believe that we will see you soon again. You have encouraged us. You have fueled us now. And we are glad that we have your support. We believe you will come back again. So, asante, asante, asante sana.
Once again, I want to appreciate the leadership of our diaspora here, KASA. Thank you so much. We will continue engaging, we will continue working together for the sake of Kenyans in South Australia.
Yes.
I want to believe that this population will continue growing, so it will really require this kind of engagement every